Hello, and welcome to Classroom 9 Story Time. Today's story is Farfallina and Marcel. They are friends, and they loved to play together when they was young. But then something happened to separate them. I wonder what caused these two friends to separate and they couldn't find each other. Let's read the story and find out what happened. The rain fell all morning. It splattered over the pond. It splashed on Farfallina leaf, and she found a dry spot and she ate it. This is Farfallina sitting on her leaf. Hey, said a little voice, you're eating my umbrella. Farfallina peered over the edge. A small gray bird was huddled underneath. Farfallina liked his soft feathers and his gentle eyes. I'm Farfallina, she said, and she slid down to the ground. My name is Marcel. This is Marcel, said the bird. He liked Farfallina's smile and her pretty colors. The rain turned to drizzle, and Farfallina wanted to play. I'll hide and you find me, she said. Marcel agreed. That means he was thinking of the same thing that Farfallina was thinking. Farfallina hid under a fern close to the ground because she knew that Marcel couldn't climb. Now I'll hide, said Marcel, and you find me. And he hid right behind the tree because he knew that Farfallina moved very slowly. This is Farfallina moving very slowly. I can take you for a ride on the pond, said Marcel. Farfallina inched onto his back. You tickle, said Marcel, and he slipped into the water. Farfallina giggled. There's so much to see, she said. Farfallina and Marcel played together every day. They liked the same games, and they liked each other. But one day, Farfallina was not herself. I'm not sick, she told Marcel. Just a little uncomfortable. I need to climb onto the branch. This is her climbing up the tree. And I need to climb up onto a branch and rest for a while. I'll wait for you, Marcel called as Farfallina made her way up the tree. Marcel watched until Farfallina was completely out of sight. That means he couldn't see her anymore. Then he settled himself into the grass and waited. He was waiting on his friend to feel better. Night came and then morning, but Farfallina didn't come down. Marcel called to her, but she didn't answer. He was very worried and terribly lonely. He was growing, and when he looked at his reflection means that he can see himself in the water. Look at him. He can see himself in the water. That's his reflection right here. He hardly recognized himself. Recognize means to know something or someone because you've seen them before. He couldn't even recognize himself because he was growing. He went back to the tree every day to look for Farfallina, but he could never find her. After a while, he gave up. At the top of the tree, Farfallina was snuggled. That means she was trying to stay warm and snuggle into a blanket of glossy silk. Blanket of glossy silk is Farfallina's cocoon. She was growing too. See right here? That's Farfallina growing in her cocoon. The sky was blue and clear. The morning was ready to come out, and she opened her beautiful wings. When she came out of her cocoon, she opened her beautiful wings. She had no idea how long she had been in the tree, and she floated down to find Marcel. I'll just wait, said Farfallina when she didn't see him, and she sat on a beautiful flower. This is Farfallina, which is a butterfly now. A beautiful butterfly sitting on a leaf, waiting on her friend. Night came and then morning, but Marcel wasn't there. Farfallina was tired and confused. She didn't understand. She fluttered around a bit and went to the pond. The pond was grassy, smooth, except for the rips made by a large, handsome goose who was swimming in solitary circles. Farfallina shivered with disappointment. That means she was feeling upset because of something that was happening. She went to the pond every day to look for the small gray bird named Marcel, but he never came. One morning, the goose stopped his silent rounds and spoke to her. You must like it here, he said. Farfallina fluttered a bit. I've been waiting for a friend, she said sadly, but I don't know. I don't think he's coming. This is Farfallina and Marcel. They met up again after Farfallina had turned into a beautiful butterfly. Marcel liked her smile and her brilliant colors. That means bright. I know how you feel, he said. I lost a friend too. She just vanished. Vanish means to disappear into the thin air. Farfallina liked his sleek feathers and his gentle eyes. A ride around the pond might cheer you up, Marcel said. Farfallina thought it would, and she settled herself onto Marcel's back. Does that sound familiar, boys and girls? Remember at the beginning how Farfallina, as a caterpillar, got on Marcel's back? It's funny, Marcel said, but I feel as though I've known you all my life. I was just thinking the same thing, said Farfallina. My name is Farfallina. What's yours? Marcel stopped suddenly. He beat the water with his strong wings. Then he swam around and around and around. It's me, Farfallina, he shouted. It's me, Marcel. Is that really you? Is it? Farfallina shouted back. They looked at each other and was laughing. This is two friends who have reunited with each other. By evening, they had explained. That means they talked about things so they can make understand what they was talking about. Everything, and they fell asleep, smiling at the stars. Farfallina and Marcel spent the rest of the summer together, playing like they did before. Marcel was careful not to fly too fast because he knew Farfallina couldn't keep up. Farfallina didn't hide in the flowers because she knew that Marcel would never find her. And when the leaves on the trees around the pond turned red and gold, they decided to go south. Together. They flew away together. Thank you for listening to my story. Okay, now that you heard the story, why do you think Farfallina had to crawl up the tree to rest? What do you think happened? Or why did she have to go up that tree? And once she went up the tree, what happened when she went up and came down? Okay, let me hear your thoughts. Let me know. Call me, write me, email me, text me. What are your thoughts? What happened? And why did she have to go up the tree to rest for a while? Once again, thank you for listening to my story, and you have a good day. Bye.